Ladies and gentlemen, our ceremony will begin in 2 minutes. Please take your seats. As a reminder, please ensure your cell phones are on silent or turned off. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of General Glenn M. Walters, his wife, Gail, our Board of Visitors, and the South Carolina Corps of Cadets, we welcome you to the Citadel and our annual Awards Convocation. Please rise for a moment of reflection, given by Cadet First Sergeant Joseph Yatem, our rising regimental cadet chaplain, and remain standing for our national anthem.
Please bow your heads. As we gather this morning, let us celebrate the great accomplishments of the cadets over this past year. Many of us will thank God for His grace. Each of the members of the long gray line have truly exhibited honor, duty, and respect, even during a period of hardship and constant frustration. We reflect on their accomplishments, allow us to reflect on our own faith, philosophical perspectives, and moral faithfulness, emulate them into our daily action. Let us never remain stagnant in our service, but strive to change our world with greater acts of love and servitude. Allow us to remember our Creator in the days of our youth, the men and women He has created us to be. Those graduating, remember your journey. Remember your experiences and lessons learned here, and employ them in your future endeavors. And for those returning here again, grow in character and love with thy neighbor. Lead by example and inspire others around you. As you commence this event, empower us to walk in God's footsteps, guided by truth with discernment for what is right and just, and servitude for others. May you live in truth. May the Spirit of God be with you.
Please be seated. Today, we recognize members of the Corps of Cadets who have excelled in various areas of leadership, service, and academics. The awards are combined into the single event during commencement week to enable family and friends to attend and celebrate these exceptional achievements. This year's global COVID pandemic has restricted many traditional celebrations, but but we are thankful for our ability to continue to recognize these achievements. Our first two awards will be presented by Colonel Matthew Morand, United States Space Force and professor and head of the Citadel's Aerospace Studies Department. The Air Force ROTC Award for Academic Excellence recognizes the senior cadet scheduled for Air Force commissioning who has achieved the highest cumulative grade point average over the entire spectrum of academic coursework during his or her cadet career. This year, we have two recipients. The first, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Caleb Mosley, earned a 4.0 grade point average in intelligence and criminal justice with a business minor. An avid climber, his goal is to conquer every major mountain range in the world and visit all 7 continents. Colonel Moran presents the award. The second recipient is Cadet Joanna Winborn, who earned a 4.0 grade point average in mechanical engineering. While waiting to attend a pilot training, Cadet Winborn will work with BMW. Colonel Morand presents the award. The Lieutenant General John W. Rosa Award is presented in recognition of the extraordinary service of Lieutenant General Rosa to the United States Air Force and the Citadel. The Air Force ROTC Department selects the senior cadet who best exemplifies the Air Force core values of integrity, service, and excellence, and embodies the fighting spirit of the indomitable warrior airman. This year's recipient, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Noah Hammond, a political science major, heads to pilot training. Colonel Morand presents the award.
The American Legion College Award is presented to the first-class cadet who has demonstrated qualities of military leadership, discipline, and citizenship. The key attributes considered in this selection are service to others, dedication to values, and honor to self and country. This year's recipient is Cadet Captain Wesley Kelly, an intelligence and security major. Cadet Kelly is commissioning in the United States Army. He heads to Fort Benning, Georgia for Infantry Basic, Airborne School, and Ranger training. His twin attends the University of South Carolina. Colonel Paul O'Leary of the United States Army retired and Deputy Commandant of Cadets presents the award.
The Association of Military Colleges and Schools of the United States President's Award is presented annually to a graduating member of the Corps of Cadets who exemplifies the finest traditions of the Citadel and best represents the end result of its mission. This year's recipient, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ansley Pansari, graduates with a 4.0 grade point average in biology and chemistry. She is scheduled to take the medical college admissions test, her first step towards a medical degree, and is training for the Boston Marathon. Cadet Pansari receives the award from Captain Gino Peluso, United States Navy retired and Commandant of Cadets.
Company athletic officers are senior cadets who assist in the management of the College Physical Effectiveness Program, which includes the core physical fitness test, weight management program, remedial training, and the coordination and execution of the Corps of Cadets intramural program. The criteria considered in choosing the most outstanding company officer are dedication to mission success, enthusiasm, involvement, and sportsmanship. Typically, the battalion athletic officer is not directly involved with intramurals, but Cadet Lieutenant Sam Zuschlag of 5th Battalion was engaged on every front, encouraging participation, being participant himself, and encouraging his companies. At the time of this selection, 3 of his 4 companies ranked in the top 6 of the regiment. On the flip side, he never missed being at morning physical training to include remedial. Casey Hagen, Director of the Commandant's Physical Effectiveness Program, presents the award to Cadet Lieutenant Zuschlag, who plans to travel through Central and South America with friends this summer.
Our next 3 awards are housed in the Department of Health, Exercise, and Sports Sciences and will be presented by Mr. Henry Booten. Each year, the battalion and company athletic officers select a male and female cadet who have shown outstanding performance in non-varsity athletics. The criteria include athleticism, sportsmanship, and spirit of competition. This year's selections have family connections. Our male recipient, Cadet Charles Chapman of Charlie Company, is always playing something. He defines fitness through athletics. Put a ball on a court or a field, and Cadet Chapman will start a pickup game. adds sportsmanship to his name in every competition. A claim to fame, as Mr. Booten presents the award, Cadet Chapman is the 7th person in his family to attend the Citadel, and in 1986, his father was Intramural Athlete of the Year. This year's female recipient received this award her freshman year. Now a senior cadet, Michelle Banzan, a well-rounded athlete, has been there for India Company as a dedicated player or supporter the last 4 years. Learning from now alumnus older brother, Romar, who led Charlie Company in intramurals during his tenure, and now younger brother, Nicasio, an active freshman participant in Delta. Truly a family affair. Mr. Booten presents the award.
The Board of Visitors Trophy is awarded annually to the cadet company that excels in physical effectiveness, one of the 4 pillars of the college. Companies earn points for performance in the core physical fitness test, along with participation and performance in company athletics. Accomplishing this in a COVID environment with freshmen separated into different battalions and upperclassmen scattered created an almost impossible situation. Yet, Mr. Booten, Mrs. Huddleston, and the athletic officers met and exceeded all expectations. In fact, this year's finish was the most exciting in a very long time. Delta, Golf, and Papa companies were so close to the photo finish, down to the last wire. Congratulations to Golf Company, the winner of the 2021 Board of Visitors Trophy. Mr. Booten presents the award to Cadet Lieutenant Matthew Hurt, Golf Company Athletic Officer. The President's Award, sponsored by the Citadel Brigadier Foundation Incorporated, is presented each year to the senior athlete who has brought credit to him or herself and the Citadel as a member of a Citadel athletic team. This year's recipient is Cadet Captain Hayden Brown, a 4-year letter winner and captain of the Bulldog basketball team. He was named to the first team all-conference and the only SOCOM player to average double figures in both points and rebounds. After earning a degree in business administration with fine arts minor in December, Graduate Brown continues his education in the Citadel Graduate College and will play his final year of eligibility with the Bulldogs in 2021-2022. Presenting the award is the Brigadier Foundation Director, Mr. Russell Fearson. Hayden secretly wishes he was in boy band.
The Colonel Floyd W. Brown Memorial Award is given annually to a first-class cadet who has contributed to the success of cadet life and best exhibits the highest degree in the customs and courtesies of a cadet, citizen, and soldier. Nominees must also possess unswerving love and loyalty to the traditions of the Citadel. Cadet Captain Thomas Crawford, this year's recipient, graduates with a degree in civil engineering, an Air Force commission, and a billet for pilot training. An aspiring singer, Cadet Crawford also explored getting married and pursuing a master's in engineering with a focus in underground tunnel and roadway construction. Colonel Hayward Hudson, United States Army retired and Assistant Commandant for Discipline, presents the award. The South Carolina Society of the Cincinnati Medal is awarded annually to the cadet officer of the graduating class of the Citadel who is exemplified to the highest degree the best qualities of soldier and citizen, which are characteristics of the patriots who fought to obtain America's freedom, in which the society is pledged to participate. This year's recipient, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ansley Pansari, retires as the 2nd Battalion Commander with hopes of attending medical school in Virginia Beach. Receiving this award carries a special meaning. Former regimental commander and previous Cadet Colonel Matthew Pansari, Ansley's father and Citadel class of 1996, received the Cincinnati Medal his senior year. This is a first for the society. Now visitors will find both Matthew and Ansley Pansari's names on the marble scroll in Bond Hall. General Glenn Walters, United States Marine Corps retired and President of the Citadel, presents the award.
The Mark W. Clark Honor Committee Award for Exemplary Service is presented to the member of the Honor Committee judged to have made the greatest contribution to the honor system throughout the school year. This year's selectee, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Harrison Hemminghouse, the 2020-2021 Honor Chairman, graduates with a 3.95 grade point average in political science and history. He will attend the George Washington University School of Law and serve in the United States Army Reserves. Making the presentation is Dr. William Turnbull, Faculty Advisor to the Honor Committee. It appears Cadet Hemminghouse has acquired a nickname, Rosie. Yes, there is a story.
The Walter B. Clark Award, given in honor of the former Commandant of Cadets in Citadel Class of 1951, is presented to the cadet who achieves the highest overall standing at the Army ROTC Advanced Camp. This year's winner, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Carson Adams, an accounting major with a 3.7 grade point average, commissions into the United States Army Reserve's branch to aviation. After flight school, he joins Malden and Jenkins as an accountant associate and enjoys his free time learning how to surf. Colonel John Cyrillic, United States Army, professor and department head of the Army ROTC Department, presents the award.
The Congressional Medal of Honor Society Award is awarded annually to the graduating first-class cadet considered the most outstanding in the performance of cadet and military activities, who will be commissioned into the armed forces. This year's recipient, Cadet Major Ian Steffen, commissions in the United States Army Branch Infantry upon graduation. Presenting the award is Captain Gino Peluso.
Colonel John Cyrillic, professor and head of the Army ROTC Department, presents the next two awards. The Lieutenant Colonel Harvey M. Dick Official United States Army Sword is presented annually by the Society of the Sons of the American Revolution to an outstanding cadet being commissioned in the United States Army. The sword represents the superior academic and leadership skills demonstrated by the recipient as a cadet. This year's selectee, Cadet Master Sergeant Jarrett Price, is a health and human performance major with a 3.9 grade point average. Cadet Price, who describes himself as a European history nerd, hopes to enter the Medical Service Corps as an inter-service physician's assistant. Colonel Cyrillic presents the sword.
The Todd L. Dorney Award, presented annually to an Army contract cadet ranked in the top 10 of his or her class. The cadet must also have a minimum grade point average of 3.0 and exemplify qualities of leadership and respect of peers. Lieutenant Dorney was a member of the class of 1980. His parents established this award in his memory. This year's recipient, Cadet First Sergeant Grant Spear, is a political science major with French intelligence minor, earning a 3.97 grade point average. A student varsity athlete, Cadet Spear is a member of the Citadel wrestling team. Colonel Cyrillic presents this award.
The William Porcher Dubose Award is presented annually by the General Organization of the United Daughters of the Confederacy to the first honor graduate in memory of Cadet Dubose, who was a citizen soldier, first honor graduate and ranking cadet of the class of 1855. The first honor graduate for the class of 2021 is Cadet Lieutenant Roman Kikowski, who achieved academic excellence, earning a perfect 4.0 with a double major in Spanish and French language and literature and a minor in East Asian studies. Brigadier General Sally Selvin, Provost and Dean of the college, presents the award. Despite hailing from Sin City, Cadet Kikowski claims he does not have a gambling addiction.
In 2012, Captain Ryan Hall, class of 2004, was killed while in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. This award, created by his classmates, presented annually to the rising senior Air Force contract cadet who has excelled in academics and leadership, exemplifying the values and attributes of Captain Hall: integrity, loyalty, and service before self. The sword is carried throughout the recipient's senior year, then passed to the next year's award selectee. Receiving the sword from Cadet Captain Christian Seiler, last year's recipient, is Cadet Staff Sergeant Luke Gafano, a physics major and French minor who hopes to be an Air Force pilot. Eventually transitioning to commercial aircraft, he is also considering a career in politics.
The Wade Hampton Sabre is awarded annually by the South Carolina Division of the United Daughters of the Confederacy to the member of the first class who is most outstanding in leadership and who makes the greatest contribution to the Citadel while a cadet. The recipient this year is Cadet Colonel Nicholas Piacentini, who, after serving as this year's regimental commander, graduates with a 3.97 grade point average in political science and East Asian studies. And just to clear the air, the general leave policy this year truly depended on COVID testing, not whether the regimental commander had plans for the weekend. Presenting the award today is Captain Gino Peluso.
The Carlisle Norwood Hasty Award is given annually to the graduating first-class cadet who has been selected by classmates for showing the most tact, consideration, and courtesy to fellow cadets. This year's recipient, Cadet Captain Colton Webster, will be commissioned in the United States Army Engineer Corps after completing a degree in civil engineering. Cadet Webster hopes to work in construction project management and wants to save the world one motivating Snapchat story at a time. Brigadier General Sally Selden presents the award.
The Hemingway Award is given to the first-class cadet who throughout his or her cadet career made the greatest contribution as a Christian cadet on the athletic field and to the spiritual life of the Corps of Cadets. It is named for Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel Thomas E. Hemingway, Citadel class of 1960. This year's recipient, Cadet Captain Hayden Brown, plans to work as a student ministry leader while in grad school, earning a master's in leadership. Future plans include pursuing a career in international ministry. Lieutenant Colonel Aaron Meadows, United States Air Force Reserves and Chaplain of the Corps of Cadets, presents the award. Remember Hayden's secret wish about being in a boy band? Might that be related to the fact that he can name every American Idol winner since it began in 2002?
The Lieutenant Colonel Leah Arnold Hawkridge Memorial Award is given annually to the first-class cadet who best displays strong character, love of fellow man, patriotism, loyalty, and devotion to the Citadel. This year's recipient, Cadet Captain Nicholas Frashoni, commissions in the United States Army Branched Infantry. His follow-on training will include airborne and ranger schools. Among his future goals, Cadet Frashoni wants to work at a firearms museum, or a ski patroller, or an avalanche mitigator, or national park ranger. That's quite a list. Colonel Haywood Hudson, United States Army retired, the Assistant Commandant for Discipline, presents the award.
The William Marks Hudson Award is presented each year to the rising first-class cadet who portrays outstanding leadership ability, academic standing, and devotion to duty. The recipient of this award is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Grayson Gaskew, a biology major and chemistry minor with a 4.0 grade point average, who worked many overtime hours as top cadet NCO during our COVID challenges. What you may not know, Cadet Gaskew had long hair before he arrived at the Citadel, and even pre-knob sporting a man bun. Do you think those who heckled him remember when he matriculated? Is this the same Grayson? Captain Gino Peluso presents the award.
The John Paul Jones Sword is sponsored by the Charleston Commandery Naval Order of the United States. It recognizes a Navy ROTC ship in second class who has demonstrated leadership, excellence, and military bearing, personifying the high ideals and principles motivated and sustained our naval forefathers. The Citadel Professor of Naval Science selects the recipient of the sword. This year's recipient is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Grayson Gaskew, who will commission in the Navy next year with hopes to be selected for flight school. His ultimate goal is to join the NASA Astronaut Corps. Colonel Giles Boyce, United States Marine Corps, Professor and Department Head of Naval ROTC Detachment.
The Brigadier General James E. Mace Leadership Award is presented annually to a first-class cadet being commissioned in the military who demonstrates outstanding leadership in the day-to-day running of the Corps of Cadets. The individual must exhibit unswerving love for the Citadel, along with the leadership traits of honor, self-discipline, courage, patriotism, high moral standards in service to fellow cadets. The recipient of this award is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Caleb Mosley, who commissions into the United States Air Force as a Special Warfare Officer, reporting to Joint Base San Antonio. As one of 6 siblings and having eaten pizza in 20 countries, Cadet Mosley is always up for a challenge. The most recent is who can visit all the U.S. national parks first. Presenting the sword is Sergeant Major Andrew Yeagle, United States Marine Corps retired and the Commandant's top non-commissioned officer.
Lieutenant Dan Malcolm Jr. Memorial is given in memory of Lieutenant Malcolm, United States Army Marine Corps and Citadel class of 2001. In 2004, during Operation Al-Fahir in Iraq, a sniper's bullet mortally wounded Lieutenant Malcolm. He was posthumously awarded the Bronze Star with Combat Distinguishing Service. Selection is based on the leadership and dedication displayed while a member of the Citadel Navy ROTC unit. This year's award recipient is Cadet Lieutenant Joe Field, a political science major with focus in international and military relations and a 4.0 grade point average. Cadet Field knew he wanted to be a Marine in the 3rd grade after studying the exploits of the Marine Corps in specific during World War II. Colonel Giles Boyce presenting the Marine Corps McAlister Sword.
The General George C. Marshall Award is presented each year to a first-class cadet being commissioned in the United States Army. The recipient must be the top graduating senior from the cadet battalion, have completed the Leadership Development and Assessment course, and have demonstrated leadership and scholastic qualities that epitomize the career of General George C. Marshall. The recipient, Cadet Lieutenant Jonathan Westmoreland, will commission as an infantry officer and report to Fort Benning for training and ranger school after earning a degree in political science. Colonel John Cyrillic makes the presentation to Cadet Westmoreland, who at the end of his NOB year was accepted into West Point, but chose to stay at the Citadel.
The D.S. McAlister Student Activities Award is presented annually to the first-class cadet who has made the greatest contribution to the Department of Cadet Activities. The recipient is Cadet Lieutenant Victoria Conley, a nursing major, leadership minor, who hopes to work in the intensive care unit or emergency room environment. After a few years, Cadet Conley plans to sign with an international travel nurse agency, then pursue a master's degree in anesthesia. United States Army retired Sergeant First Class Arthur Rich, Director of Cadet Activities, presents the award.
Captain Gino Peluso, United States Navy retired and Commandant of Cadets, presents the next 3 awards. The MacArthur Cadet of the Year Award is presented annually by the General Douglas MacArthur Foundation to outstanding cadets of the Association of Military Colleges and Schools of the United States. This year's recipient, Cadet Colonel Nicholas Piacentini, was challenged far beyond the normal boundaries of his responsibilities as regimental commander due to the COVID pandemic. However, his commitment to the mission of keeping the Corps of Cadets on campus and continuing to execute as many elements of the Citadel's leadership training model never wavered. Determined to complete the year in the face-to-face format, Cadet Piacentini was always searching for ways to boost the morale of the Corps, a rally point. And here we are today. Congratulations. Making the presentation is Captain Gino Peluso. The Cadet Medal of Merit is presented by the Adjutant General of South Carolina to an outstanding first-class cadet who exemplifies the traits of leadership, scholastic achievement, conduct, and participation in cadet and college activities. This year's recipient is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Dittrich. Serving as regimental academic officer in a COVID world proved to be more complex than Cadet Dittrich's physics problems. The Zoom world, hybrid classes, and drive-by academic counseling with social distancing reduced the confidence of strong academic performance. Then came the fall semester grade reports. Excellent results. But Cadet Dittrich had one lingering thought. He can tell you about the fundamental forces of our universe, but still has no idea why cadets can't sleep during MRIs. Presenting the medal today is Captain Gino Peluso. The Military Order of Foreign Wars of the United States General Charles P. Summerall Award is given each year to a senior cadet who has excelled in ROTC, leadership, and the study of military history. The individual must be scheduled for commissioning in the United States military and in good academic and disciplinary standing. Receiving the award is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Noah Hammond, who receives a commission in the United States Air Force upon graduation. Presenting the award on behalf of the South Carolina Commandery is Captain Gino Peluso. Cadet Hammond shares that he does not know how to ride a bike.
The Robert G. Miller Sword was established by the children of Robert G. Miller as a memorial to their father who dedicated his life to public service. During World War II, Tech Sergeant Miller served in the 7th and 3rd Army under General Patton, seeing action in the Battle of the Bulge. The sword is awarded to either a Navy midshipman or officer candidate who has excelled in the Navy battalion leadership position, devoted their time to public service, and is in the top 25% of his or her graduating class. This year's recipient, Cadet Lieutenant Roman Kikowski, commissioned with the United States Navy at graduation but moves on to nuclear power school. His goal is to attend the Defense Language Institute Foreign Language Center in Monterey, California. Colonel Boyce presents the award.
The Captain H. Carl Josephon Sword, presented by the Charleston Council of the Navy League, is awarded to a Navy option cadet or active duty student who has demonstrated superior academic and leadership skills during 4 years at the Citadel. The sword is sponsored by Mrs. Fran Josephon Suddeth in memory of her husband, a 1952 graduate of the United States Naval Academy and commanding officer of the USS Trumpetfish. Our recipient, Cadet Colonel Nicholas Piacentini, commissions as a Naval Special Warfare Officer upon graduation, with plans to attend law school and practice constitutional law. He receives the award from Colonel Boyce.
The Brigadier General William Lee Smith Sword, presented by the Charleston Council of the Navy League, is awarded to a Marine Corps option cadet or active duty student who has demonstrated superior academic and leadership skills during 4 years at the Citadel. In memory of her husband, Mrs. Jane Williams Mays established this award. The recipient is Cadet Lieutenant Alexei Severniak, who earned a degree in mechanical engineering and a commission in the United States Marine Corps. After the basic school in Quantico, Virginia, Cadet Severniak heads to flight school in Pensacola, Florida. Colonel Boyce presents the sword. The South Carolina Society of the Order of Founders and Patriots Award is given to a cadet who has best shown through his or her superior historical scholarship an exceptional understanding of and respect for our founding forefathers and revolutionary patriots and their sacrifices, as well as those who have defended our nation since that time. This year's recipient is Cadet Major Adam Walker, who graduates with a degree in business administration, commissioned into the United States Air Force, and reports to pilot training. Following his military career, Cadet Walker plans to run for governor of the great state of Texas in 2038. Making the presentation is Colonel Paul O'Leary.
The Colonel Joseph E. Perkins Honor Committee Award is presented to a member of the Honor Committee in recognition of invaluable service to the Corps of Cadets by upholding and promoting the high ideals of the Citadel Honor System. This year, the recipient is Cadet Major Alec Leducer, Honor Vice Chair of Investigations. A political science major, Cadet Leducer will be working for Congresswoman Nancy Mace in Washington, D.C. Dr. William Trumbull, Faculty Advisor to the Honor Committee, makes the presentation.
The R.B. Pitts III Memorial Award is given in memory of Cadet Arvin B. Pitts III, class of 1963, to the second-class cadet who is selected by classmates as showing the greatest concern for the well-being of others. The poll is conducted by the junior class officers, and this year goes to Cadet First Sergeant Garrett Summers, a business administration major with a 3.9 grade point average. Cadet Summers' future plans include traveling to Colorado, South America, and Europe before enlisting in the Navy. He shares that one day he hopes to attend seminary school. Colonel Paul O'Leary presents the award.
The Society of the Daughters of American Colonists Silver Bowl Award is presented annually by the Daughters of the American Colonists to the graduating cadet who has contributed to the idea of teamwork, morale, and service to others, the Citadel, and in the community. This year's recipient, Cadet Major Catherine Manzione, will begin her post-baccalaureate registered nurse residency at the Ralph H. Johnson Veteran Affairs Medical Center here in Charleston. A dedicated pickleball player, Cadet Manzione helps to become a flight nurse and eventually earn her doctorate of nursing practice. Presenting the award on behalf of the Daughters of the American Colonists is Lieutenant Colonel Pamela Barton, United States Army retired and Assistant Commandant for Operations and Training.
The Henry Dale Smith Public Speaking Award is an annual recognition of the cadet who wins the Corps-wide speaking competition. This award spotlights talented cadet speakers and honors Mr. Henry D. Smith, Citadel Class of 1947, who established the lab. Judges for this award are authors, reporters, and professional leaders in the Low Country. Today we are recognizing the 2020 and 2021 winners of this award. The 2020 competition, postponed last spring due to the pandemic, was held last fall. In her winning speech entitled Pride, Cadet Sergeant Major Angelia Lance encouraged her peers to use their pride to help serve, rather than let it rule their relationships with others. This year's recipient, Cadet Major Adam Walker, delivered a speech entitled Triumphant Failure. He documented his past missteps and how they can be used as a way to learn by choosing to handle failures as a path toward becoming a better person. Brigadier General Sally Selden, Provost and Dean of the Citadel, presents the awards.
The Special Forces Association Award of Excellence is presented annually to a freshman or sophomore cadet contracted in one of the Citadel ROTC departments who displays scholastic excellence, military proficiency, leadership qualities, and dedication to mission. This year's recipient, Cadet Corporal Blake Giles, is a civil engineering major who looks forward to commissioning into the United States Navy in 2023 and applying for the SEAL program. Cadet Giles and his father traced their family's military service back to the Revolutionary War. Presenting the award is Lieutenant Colonel Glenn Remsen, representing the South Carolina Chapter 34 Special Forces Association.
General Glenn Walters, President of the Citadel, presents the next three awards. The Star of the West Medal has been awarded annually since 1886 to the best drilled cadet in the Corps of Cadets. The award is sponsored by the Citadel Star of the West Foundation. The judges evaluate the correct form of each drill command given to include the position of the weapon, arm, body, and foot position, head movement, and precision and snap of the movement. A total of 20 different commands are given. General Walters presents the 2021 Star of the West Medal to Cadet Samuel De Los Santos from Mike Company, a psychology major who will be joining the Oak River Center working with 14 to 17-year-old adolescents and their families.
The Cadet Medal of Valor is awarded to cadets who distinguish themselves through acts of heroism. The act must result in an accomplishment so exceptional as to set the cadet apart and involve the acceptance of danger or extraordinary responsibilities. Today, we will recognize 4 members of the Corps of Cadets for their outstanding responses to grave situations. On the night of January 29th, 2021, Cadets Ian Steffen and John Snowman distinguished themselves through their brave actions in support of a fellow cadet. At approximately 2100 hours, Cadet Steffen was on the Stephen Barracks Quadrangle supervising the completion of all ends. Cadet Snowman was located in the front sally port in his duty as officer of the guard. During this period, a 5th Battalion cadet climbed over the rail on 3rd Division, grabbing the rail with both hands and hanging feet first at a height of approximately 3 stories. Cadet Stefan and Snowman immediately recognized the potentially life-threatening event and directed support up to the 3rd Division to assist the cadet back to safety. While talking to the cadet from their positions on the quad, the cadet lost her grip on the rails. Cadet Stefan and Snowman, poising themselves in harm's way, braced the cadet for a potentially fatal injury by using their hands and bodies to present direct impact on the quad. They immediately provided first aid response, notified emergency personnel, and secured the scene. Though the cadet suffered serious injuries from the fall, a full recovery is expected. The actions of Cadet Stefan and Snowman bring great credit to themselves, the Citadel, and to the South Carolina Corps of Cadets. General Walters now presents the Cadet Medal of Valor to Cadet Major Ian Steffen and Cadet Lieutenant John Snowman. The Andrew Mazur Citizenship Medal is awarded to any cadet who distinguishes him or herself by an act of outstanding citizenship that goes far beyond the normal expectations of cadet daily life. This award honors the memory of Deputy Sheriff Andrew Mazur, class of 2001, and his contributions in protecting and assisting the citizens of Greenville County and the state of South Carolina. On September 25th, 2020, after the class of 2021 ring presentation, a cadet in 2nd Battalion inadvertently cut his radial artery and began bleeding profusely. Without hesitation, Cadet Cameron Camacho rushed to grab a towel to wrap around the wound, applying pressure to the area while simultaneously moving the injured cadet from the 4th Division of 2nd Battalion in the direction of the infirmary. Cadet Camacho tasked another cadet to summon the junior officer of the day to bring the golf cart to pick them up for transport. Cadet Catherine Hill, a senior nursing student, arrived on the scene and began applying point pressure to the wound, pinching the artery against the arm bone. Once at the infirmary, Cadets Camacho and Hill remained with the injured cadet and followed him to the hospital. Without the fast and decisive actions of these cadets, their classmate could have suffered a life-threatening loss of blood prior to receiving medical care. Cadets Camacho and Hill bring great credit to themselves, the Citadel, and to the South Carolina Corps of Cadets. General Walters now presents the Andrew Mazur Citizenship Medals to Cadet Cameron Camacho and Cadet Lieutenant Catherine Hill. Presented annually, the Witter Award was established by Mr. and Mrs. John D. Witter in honor of their son, Captain David J. Witter, United States Army and Citadel class of 1959, who was killed in action in Vietnam. It is presented to the most outstanding military student in Army ROTC. Of note, Mr. and Mrs. Witter passed away with no heirs and no funds for this award. In honor of their classmate, the class of 1959 raised money in 2005 to cover the award for the next 100 years. Each spring, another member of the class of 1959 has the honor of presenting the award. This year's recipient is Cadet Major Ian Steffen, who reports to Fort Benning, Georgia for Infantry Basic Officer Leadership Course, followed by Ranger School. Today, Colonel John Cyrillic presents the award.
The William G. Willard Jr. Award is given annually to a second-class cadet who has been selected by the senior cadet leadership for exemplifying the qualities of integrity, devotion to duty, and service to the Citadel. This year's recipient, Cadet Sergeant Andrew Daninger, who plans to commission the United States Air Force at graduation in 2022 and earn an MBA. Cadet Daninger shares that he is an avid cook and baker at home. In 2020-2021 Regimental Commander, Cadet Colonel Nick Gassantini presents the award.
The Lila K. Whetstone Women in Leadership Excellence Award is established to recognize a junior young woman in the Corps of Cadets who excels in academics and fitness, serves the Corps of Cadets with courage and humility, is dedicated to helping others through community involvement, and is actively engaged in the training and development of her fellow cadets. This year, the recipient, Cadet Sergeant Major Angelia Lance, is majoring in Intelligence and Security Studies with a 3.9 grade point average. She looks forward to serving as commander of 5th Battalion next year and commissioning in the Army at graduation in 2022. Candidly, Cadet Lance is totally unlike her father and brother when it comes to aviation. Metal is not supposed to fly. Presenting the award is Lieutenant Colonel Pamela Barton, whose friendship with Miss Lila was very special.
The Undergraduate of the Year Award is presented annually to the graduating senior selected by the Business Administration faculty as the most outstanding major in the Tommy and Victoria Baker School of Business Administration. This year's recipient, Cadet Lieutenant Matthew Wall, graduates with a degree in accounting and a 3.9 grade point average. He has accepted a position with Baker Newman Noyes in Portland, Maine, and will continue his education at the University of Maine to earn an MBA with a concentration in accounting. Cadet Wall also commissioned into the Maine Army National Guard as a transportation officer and serves as a voluntary firefighter. His best advice is to learn the definition of success and always follow your heart. Colonel Michael Weeks, Dean of the Tommy and Victoria Baker School of Business, presents the award.
Dr. Charles Hershey served as head of the Citadel's Department of Education from 1969 to 1979. He was a pioneer in education in the Low Country and a founding member of the current Citadel Graduate College. Each spring, the Colonel Charles E. Hershey Award recognizes the most outstanding graduate in teacher education. The recipient, Cadet Lieutenant Patrick Knapp, a biology major with a specialization in secondary education, wants to become a high school science teacher and build character in his students. He also receives a commission in the South Carolina Army National Guard as an ordnance officer. After 4 years on campus, he has decided that his favorite color really is blue, and that it is indeed Big Jake time. Colonel Evan Ortlieb, Dean of the Zucker Family School of Education, presents the award.
The Colonel Louis Shepard Letellier Award is given annually to the member of the graduating class attaining the highest academic grade point ratio in civil engineering. This year, there are 2 award winners. Cadet Captain Samuel Bulmer majored in construction engineering, earning a 3.9 grade point average while competing on the Bulldogs men track and field team. With eligibility remaining, Cadet Bloomer will continue his education in the Citadel Graduate College Project Management Program while competing and work for Landmark Construction. A self-admitted nerd in the area of math, he enjoyed spending free time playing video games. Colonel Welch presents the award. Cadet Hunter Hutton graduates with a 4.0 grade point average in civil engineering and relocates to Virginia Tech as a student in their Structural Engineering and Materials Master's program. His goal is to become a professional engineer and design bridges. Colonel Welch presents the award.
The Peter Gallard Memorial Award is presented in memory of an outstanding 1948 graduate of the Citadel's Electrical Engineering Department. It recognizes an exceptional electrical or computer engineering senior cadet on the basis of scholastic attainment, leadership, and participation in extracurricular activities. This year's recipient, Cadet Lieutenant Seth Thomas, all the way from Hawaii, graduates with a degree in electrical engineering. He has accepted a position at the Naval Information Warfare Center in Pearl City, Hawaii, and hopes to enter graduate school in the future. But here is an OMG moment. During Cadet Thomas's knob year, he and his roommate, Aaron Fannin, discovered they were in the same first grade class when they lived in South Korea. Colonel Welch presents the award.
Colonel Brian Jones, Dean, School of Humanities and Social Sciences, presents the next three awards. The Leidos Courage Award is presented by the Leidos Corporation to an upper-class student in the Citadel Security and Intelligence Program who has a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or higher, demonstrates courage, lives by the Citadel's core values, embodies the values and ethical character of a principled leader, exemplifies service before self in actions and deeds, and serves as a role model in his or her academic and personal endeavors. This year's recipient, Cadet Major Ian Steffen, who earned a 3.9 grade point average in Intelligence and Security Studies, Counterterrorism, and crosses the stage today for the fourth time. By now, you know his life story. What else can we say but congratulations? Colonel Jones presents the award.
For decades, the Francis Marion Cup has been awarded to a graduating senior cadet who has done exemplary academic work in American history courses. Sponsored by the Rebecca Matt chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution, the faculty chooses its recipient based on grade point averages, related coursework, and contributions in his or her Citadel career. Cadet Captain Nicholas Frascioni graduates with a degree in History and War Studies with a 4.0 grade point average. Following his Army career, he plans to earn a doctorate in military history. Colonel Jones presents the award.
The Joseph P. Riley Jr. Award is presented annually to the graduating senior in the School of Humanities and Social Sciences who best represents the commitment to academic excellence, the breadth of intellectual interest, and the dedication to public service exemplified by the life and career of Joseph P. Riley Jr., Citadel, class of 1964. A state legislator from 1968 through 1974, mayor of Charleston from 1975 until 2006, and now professor of American government and public policy at his alma mater, a chair endowed in his name. The criteria is based on cumulative grade point ratio and successful completion of either a minor or second major within the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, a study abroad, or a significant service learning project. This year's recipient, Ashley Towers, is an Army National Guard combat veteran, having served in the deployments of Iraq and Guantanamo Bay. She double majored in Intelligence and Security and Criminal Justice, earning a 4.0 grade point average. Ms. Towers is the 2021 recipient of the Charles B. Rangel International Affairs Graduate Fellowship and will be attending Yale University's Jackson Institute for Global Affairs, then entering the U.S. Department of State's Foreign Service Agency. Colonel Jones presents the award to Ashley Towers, who shares that in 2019, she traveled to 6 different countries.
The next 4 awards are presented by Colonel Darren Zimmerman, Dean of the Swain Family School of Science and Mathematics. The School of Science and Mathematics Outstanding Student Award was created to recognize superior academic achievement by an undergraduate student majoring in one of the school's disciplines. This year, there are 2 recipients. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Dittrich graduates with a 3.9 grade point average in physics and mathematics. One day, he would like to conduct his own research while training new minds in physics. Colonel Zimmerman presents the award. Cadet Lieutenant Logan Dix graduates with a biology major and chemistry minor after earning a 3.9 grade point average. She will continue her studies towards a master's in biology in the Citadel Graduate College while working as a patient care technician at Roper Hospital. Colonel Zimmerman presents the award.
Each year, the Dr. Francis Eugene Zemp Award is presented to the senior cadet in the field of pre-med with the highest academic average. This year's recipient, Cadet Christian Nagier, earns a double major in biology and German with a 3.9 grade point average. He'll pursue a master's at the University of Cambridge, then a medical degree at the University of South Carolina School of Medicine. His focus of study is population health science, known as primary care. Aside from life as a physician, Cadet Najar wants to visit throughout Europe and wants his own practice. own an auto mechanic shop. Go figure. Colonel Zimmerman presents the award.
The Thomas Francis McGarry Award is given annually by Mrs. Miriam M. Favorite in memory of her father, Thomas Francis McGarry, Citadel Class of 1914. It is presented to the senior cadet with the highest scholastic ranking in the field of natural science. This year's recipient is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Dittrick, who moves from being a Bulldog to a Gator cadet to PhD candidate as he begins graduate school at the University of Florida. His field of study is particle physics. A quick note from the scriptwriter, I defer to Cadet Dittrick. Obviously, I am one of the minds he wants to train. Colonel Zimmerman presents the award. And now, the Commandant would like to make a special surprise presentation. The success of the fourth class system is dependent on many factors, but the most important is the total team effort across the Corps of Cadets and the Commandant's staff. With the stand-up of the Deputy Regimental Commander position just a year ago, the main effort of this developmental mission fell to the deputy. Still in its infancy, the cadet manning the controls of this job accepted arguably the most important aspect of training new freshmen. Then came a global pandemic, which under normal conditions would have stripped any plans for continuing the expansion of learning and training opportunities. Not to be diverted, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Caleb Williams accepted every ounce of the responsibility, eagerly exploring unlimited ways of bringing a new class of freshmen to the Citadel and offering them not just the minimum, but the maximum of an experience never to be questioned. Single-handedly, he crafted the program, and thus the long gray line continues today as the class of 2024 ends their freshman year. For his steadfast dedication to the mission, his enduring spirit, and his can-do attitude, the Commandant of Cadets presents a special recognition award to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Caleb Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, General Walters would like to address the convocation.
Is it on? Hey, what a great way to spend the morning. To our awardees, great job. You have once again proven that our core values are what people can live by and succeed by, and I appreciate that. To our Board of Visitors, thank you for showing up here. It's important that we recognize people who succeed extraordinarily, and you all have. Class of 2024, I was watching you. I didn't see anybody go to sleep, so congratulations. Small steps. Go home this summer, relax, get recuperated, and I'll see you back here in the fall. And my last thanks, I think I need to reserve for the parents. For those of you who are here, witness your son or your daughter get this award. We can't take all the credit. Our system is pretty good, but you all sent us great individuals who are easy to make into the great leaders they are now. So to all you parents, thanks for giving them the cornerstone, the base that we could work with here. To you, I would like to ask all the cadets, give your parents a round of applause. And I know that I could keep talking for a while, but eventually I got to make it over to the chapel for the baccalaureate and the pinning of the nurses. Where's Kate and Gion? Okay, I'll be there. But I was sitting here listening to all these awards, and they're great, and they're in honor of great people. I think I'm going to start one myself next year. It's going to be the Kate Mangione Award. Requirement is, in one sitting, be able to eat an entire 5-pound steak. And I think that'll also be the requirement to receive the award. But anyway, thank you all for being here. One more step to normal. Class of 2024, get your vaccines. We all come back here and we can throw these things away. God bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Citadel Alma Mater. We would like to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us today to salute all our award winners in the class of 2021. Dismissed.